Alright, I've played around with the settings of live streaming, so hopefully it's a little bit smoother. It was a setting in OBS. I think I had it set for 3500 bit rates. Now I've lowered that down to something a little bit more reasonable, something a little bit more in line with what I am capable of, which is 1.5. So I'm looking at the live stream and I've still got a green light, so I'm assuming everything's looking pretty good. There is a delay, 60-second delay, I believe. So yeah. What I'm doing here is I'm copying the section above me down to here, and you note there's a turbo lift here, but there isn't one here, so got to be careful that I don't inadvertently copy the non-turbo lift sections. So actually, let's go back one over here and highlight that one. Oh, now we got live. Now we got a red signal. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's an upload issue again. It was going there pretty good. Now it's not. So let me go ahead and pause this real quick and bring up OBS. And drop that down to 1700 and see if that helps. That's kind of weird. In some cases, I mean, it shows that it was getting a really good stream strength there, then all of a sudden it's not getting it now. That is really frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. Okay, not getting any alerts on OBS, so it's got to be just a simple glitch with the way YouTube uploads or whatever. But yeah, I'm pushing out at 1.9 kilobytes per second, so that's a little over almost 2 gigs. So yeah, I don't get it. Probably just not, going to get it. Who knows? But what can you do? Okay, let's go up here and we're going to go to right about right there. Actually, I'm going to go down there because I don't want any of this stuff from up here. Yeet. This bathroom wasn't made up, so I'll probably have to do that in the ship as well. Oh, choices. Okay, so we're going to copy and drop down one, and we're going to do a paste A. Fly over here real quick. Yeah, see how that's all screwed up right there? That we don't want, so we'll come back around out here and take a look. See how I copied this section from up here? We don't want that. So what I will do is grab my wand, my stone wand, and take care of this real quick. Okay. And on the side of here, we'll probably have to adjust that wall. Make sure first and foremost I'm not totally foobarring everything up here. There's a door there. It's the only copied out part of this corridor here. I don't think I got too much of this room, but we'll go in here and take a look. Yeah, it looks okay. Outer restrooms. They look alright. Yeah, again, this is just a placekeeper wall that, yeah, fits the color scheme a little bit. I'm not a fan. I'm paying for this bonded internet, and even though I do upload, it doubles my upload speeds. It's definitely not benefiting me as far as streaming goes, which is a shame. I was hoping it would, but yeah, what can you do? So go ahead and cross that off, fill that off. Oops, come back here. Okay, so since we've got the elevator, we can make this room slightly larger. Go and do that, and yeah, we can get rid of this. Move it that way. Through here like this. And this room here Is that right? That appears to be correct. Configure like so. I'll adjust the settings again and keep fiddling around with it. Hopefully I'll find something that will eventually work. What I'm going to do, because I don't like these little nooks, so I'm going to go ahead and double that off, grab my black stained clay, and I'm going to get rid of the deck 6 here in just a moment, because I don't think I'm going to need it again. Hopefully I won't need it again, but you never know how things go with these things. So move these, make this slightly larger. Alright, now we come over here and we address this issue. Let's go back out. There we go. We'll go out in the corridor there and we'll fix that. This will, up here, will be outlined, and then this will be all wool, filled in with wool. So we do like this real quick here. Kind of get a feel for it. If I get a line there, we go. Go ahead and fill that. Whoops, why did I do that? Don't know. Just did it. Again, I'll fill all these nooks in later on, but while I'm here, might as well do it. There. Alright, let's go fill in this corridor here. Whoops. Okay. There. Oh, there. There we go. I don't know if this pattern, these things here, are going to actually be on this deck or not, but if they are, it's a benefit. If not, oh well. Come back here. Okay. Alrighty. Still looks about, it looks a little bit more fluid than before. So even though I'm definitely having issues, like I said, I'm all new to OBS and all that stuff, so I'm still learning it. I'm using OBS Studio, and from all the videos I've seen, everybody recommends OBS Classic, unless I'm streaming on Twitch, in which case they recommend OBS Studio. Now, I haven't tried to stream to my Twitch channel. In fact, I haven't used my Twitch channel for anything other than one, I think, live stream test a while back. Didn't go so well, so I just kind of sacked the idea. Just fill in those little spots right there. Ah, crud. No, actually, that is fine. I'll just go ahead and grab one of these over here real quick. And replace you. Alrighty. Yeah, you guys don't get those. My bad. My bad. Glad we caught that. Alright, so grab my stone wand again and come through here. And do these from cotton to whatever color that is. Now, deck 8 here is slightly larger than deck 7, but they have a lot of areas and similarities. Now, since deck 8 is this right here is actually the, I think it's a hollow suite. Yeah, this is hollow suite machinery, but on deck 7 it's like research labs. So at the top of deck 8 here, or excuse me, this sections of deck 8 are for hollow suites. Now, they're not going to be much different, and when I mirror the sides, for the most part, about 60% of the forward section will mirror to the back section, but a lot of it will have to be cleaned up. And reason being, we have the impulse engines, and we have all this area back through here and up through here that I really don't recall what's set aside for it, but I think in this case up here, I think it's life support. What is this? Oh, these are shield and SDF shield generators. So yeah, down here, I'm not sure yet. To be honest with you, I'll have to look back at the plans and see what actually goes here. So, but on the forward section, I do believe it's crew quarters. I'll fly over there real quick and see if it is crew quarters or not. Okay, there is. No, it looks like it's also a big open white spot here. Okay, so dilemma. I did add in an extra couple of corridors on the 4 section here that were not in here before. Obviously, if you go back over there, you can see there are no corridors. Now, do I want these corridors in the aft section or not? That's the big question. So what'll happen is I'll go back and I'll look at the deck plan based off of the Sternbach plans and see what they have set aside for these sections back here. And if there's no set plan for them, i.e. they're just filled with little bits and bobs and little teeny rooms and stuff like that, then I'll get to choose whether I want to make these crew quarters or leave it as a big open space. If I leave it as a big open space, then what will it be? You know, I can obviously extend the SDF systems down one deck, but I prefer not to do that because they really don't need it because they're contained up there and they do a nice job up there. You don't need every deck does not need its own structural integrity field or shield generator or, you know, inertial dampeners because these are field effect systems. They don't affect, you know, just affects deck 7. You need one for deck 8. No, the one on deck 7 will work for this regent or quadrant of the ship. And its field is sufficiently powerful enough for, say, decks 5 through 10. You know, so it should be good enough. But that doesn't mean we can't put it down there. It just, right now, I don't know what to put down there. So, yeah. Come back through here. If my voice sounds a little low, it's because it is just after midnight here, and I got people sleeping in the house, and I don't want to wake them up. I'm sure I've got somebody awake right now listening to me, wishing I would shut the fuck up. But, oops, said an SE word. Looks like this video is not getting monetized. That's a YouTube joke. Yeah. I wonder if H2 is going to claim this video. Be interesting to see if they try.
It's ours. We own it. The voice you hear is property of our studio. You must now pay us $10 trillion.
That's why I said the F word, so they can't get any money. Yeah. Sorry, Jack. It's been demonetized. Haha. Bite me. Okay. Now, Panic was on earlier, and we were chit-chatting and talking politics and all the fun stuff that we do when nobody's around. And I put in all the bridges, the corridor bridges, and I realized, yeah, don't go any further with this until we actually get rid of deck 6. See you. From what I can tell right here, when I say that's a filler word. It's a bad habit. I don't like it. I try not to say a lot, but I guess when you're thinking while you're talking, you're just going to say something to give the fill the space. So if I said a lot, I apologize. Now you're going to be listening for every time I say the word. And counting. I'll tell you, one time I was listening to Direwolf 20. He said it like 1,000 times in a 20-minute video. It was really bad. You could tell he was tired when he was recording, obviously, because that's when he says it the most. What I'll end up doing is filling in the rest of these bridges here right now because I can. And mainly because, why not? You know, it doesn't hurt, but I won't put in the rest of the corridor until deck 6 is removed, which I'll try and do here in just a second. Actually, you know what? I should just go ahead and remove deck 6 entirely at this point. I can't always put it back in, but I should check just to make sure that some sections of deck 6 do not correlate with deck 7, i.e. We know these correlate. This corridor correlates with this corridor, so on and so forth. So let's go to the aft section here real quick. Since I do have things in the way now, it's going to be a little bit harder to get around. You're probably wondering, why are there 3 turbolift tubes here? We saw that over there. Just wondering. I don't know. I said it again. It's a space saver. So I would assume that this turbolift feeds up this way. Well, this one here bypasses it, and this one here is an auxiliary bypass for this deck. That's my logic, and I assume that's probably Steinbach's logic as well. But not for sure, so I don't know. Are we on deck 7? Yes, we are on deck 7. Bathrooms, looks like this is part of the same stuff that's up here, so science labs, again, holodeck, and then this over here will be holodeck. Again, I don't know, what the hell is this? Really? Oh, the shield generator. Yeah. This is a two-deck system. That's why this is in. So, okay, okay. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Transporter room. Do I want another transporter room on this side? No. Don't need it. It's redundant. But I could easily put it in there because the space is set aside for it. That's something I'm going to have a think about for darn sure. Darn sure. Well, I know that when I mirror, I'm most likely not going to mirror this part of it, so let's go ahead and double wall it. I am a fan of the double wall now. I've never done it on any of my other builds, and now I'm actually, from this point forward, any build I work on, assuming I'm ever going to work on another build, I'm going to double wall it. I really like the double wall. It allows you to do an interior wall and an exterior wall, or two interior walls. It is a great, 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 great feature to have when building and stuff. Stuff and thingies. Slipgator would say. Stuff and things. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah. God, these open spaces drive me nuts. When I run into these big open spaces like this, my mind just shuts down and I want to go do something else. You know how it is. He's like, oh, creative overload. Thump. Okay. Time for some Star Trek Online, which I haven't played in a couple of days. Just got burned out on Star Trek Online. I don't know what it is. I guess losing 800,000 to a million dilithium because I was a noob really hurt. Really, really hurt bad. Okay, now these areas are most likely, because the way it's set up, excuse me for a second while I move my microphone, set up just like up here, they're auxiliary crew quarters, or, well, saucer crew quarters at this point, why not? So I'm not seeing anything around here that really I need to worry about. So I can copy the, I guess you would call it the column bracing pattern from above, but I don't see any reason to do that. So yeah, at this point I'm not really seeing anything. It jumps out at me that needs to be copied from above to below. I could. This room's the same room. This turbo lift is not affected. Uh, hmm? Okay, now this was fixed in the actual ship proper. So it's all filled in here. It shouldn't be filled in. This was actually fixed on the ship proper, so this is actually not an issue. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that that actually got stuck in there like that. I really should have caught that, and fixed it here too, but I didn't think about it. But yeah, I did catch it in the ship, and it has been fixed. There are still some artifacts that have to be, the deck still has to be kind of proofed through yet, and I just don't have the energy to go back through it and right now on ship, but I will double check it to make sure that deck 7 is completed, not missing anything. I did go into deck 6. I did go into deck 6 and fill in a lot more rooms and stuff. Like I said in the end of the last stream, which got cut off abruptly, I apologize for that. I shut off OBS, and I thought the stream time was 30 minutes, was like a little over 20 minutes. So for me, when I look at the counter, it says elapsed time 18 minutes 57 seconds. That's the time I'm being posted, but what's actually happening is I'm a minute ahead. So if I stop streaming on OBS and there's a minute delay, it still has to be encoded and uploaded. So yeah, that when I shut it off, I actually ended the stream, and then when I shut off OBS via the task manager, it was still uploading data. So basically the video ended with me talking about fixing this lower section down here. And what I meant to say is there can be no modifications done to this section unless Imheller's involved in some way. So she put it on this roof, and yeah. And so if we were to modify it, she should be involved in any modifications down here. And I'm pretty sure she's open-minded to redoing stuff and reworking stuff, because, you know, what can you do? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it needs to be fixed. And again, this whole area could be rethought. I hate to pull it out and redo it, But in the same sense, I'm game for anything that makes the build look better in general. Anything that makes the anything, well, you know what I mean. It just, you all want it to be perfect, and we do too. And the process of learning and doing things, sometimes some stuff works, some stuff doesn't, and sometimes we have to undo things and then redo them. But hopefully we won't have to do that down here too much. I think the roof can be, you know, where it has girders through here, could be pulled out, and grav lifts can be established for moving stuff around and things like that. So, because the shuttle, there's nothing saying that the runabout has to be loaded and unloaded here. It could be unloaded. The grav lift system can come through here and load them here. You know, anything could. Well, actually, it can't. They got to be sideways in order to be. Well, because unless they go in like this, which they're not, they're going to be shuttled in so the front's facing this way so they can fly out the hangar. So they'd have to be, as they're being moved over, those would have to come around and be fed into here. The truck idea was a good idea. I gotta admit, I really like it, but nobody else does. So yeah, I don't want to lose my truck. I like my trucks, but again, if a better idea comes along, I think we should adopt it, especially if it works. You know, just saying, just saying. Runabouts, runabouts. Let's actually take a look inside one of these runabouts here real quick. Get up in here. Get up in the runabout. Which module does this one have? Oh, it looks like it has the sleeper module. So you, just because. Got the little office back here. Got a couple of room. What the hell is a ladder doing here? Looks like the beds on these popped out, so they'll probably have to be adjusted. But a ladder? What's a ladder doing in here? Figure it out later. Figure it out on the flip side. Yeah, there's a runabout. Now, we don't know how many runabouts the Enterprise actually has. There was a reference that they were going to offload a few at DS9 during the premiere episode of DS9. So we figure between 3 to 4. So we have one there, 2. I think one's up on the lift, so that'd be 3. And there's one there, that's 4. Yeah, so it has a complement of 4, I would say. Then we got a couple of these other shuttles. I'm not really sure what this one is. I think it's a... What the hell is this? Oh, good God. There was a runabout over here, and it got removed. Oh, these Easter eggs. They're never ending, aren't they? Let's go and get you. Alright, so this shuttle or runabout was removed. But that artifact, I find a lot of that stuff around. It just drives me bonkers. You just be moving along, it's like, where'd that come from? Huh? But yeah, the other day Panic was on and we were working on stuff, and the entire section of the ship here, actually we can do it from the hangar, fly along here. I'm going to speed up, come around here. This whole section right here, it was like the core of the computer was moved all the way up through the top of the ship, and yeah, it was pretty bad. The whole section had to be replaced. So it was an easy fix. All I did was mirror it from this side to this side and make sure that everything matched up, so that we didn't have to. I chicken my mouse so that we didn't have to rebuild anything. So the mirror was clean. But yeah, boy, that was a pain in the ass. Oh, it's hello to Shadow. Hopefully he's not watching the live stream, because then he'll know that my CNC Raymond is my camera account, and I can no longer pull the wool over his eyes, which is always fun to do. Shadow's pretty talented. He's the guy that built the grotto, and he's working on a Sovereign build or Enterprise E-type build. And I like poking fun at him, teasing him sometimes. I got on here with this account because, again, my main rig is currently undergoing repairs, and so I'm using my AMD, my FX 4100 with 8 gigs of RAM and a 2 terabyte hard drive. What do you use it for? Games and stuff. And I'm not using my main system, which is where I keep my Atrocities account. This is my camera account, so yeah. But yeah, I got on here and it's like giving him a hard time. Like, who's doing this? Why are you doing that? You know, basically putting the fear of God into the guy.
Oh great, another admin I have to deal with. I better not be mean to this one like I was to the last one. Didn't go over so well.
But yeah, now the gig's up. Can't pull the wool over anybody else's eyes. So it looks like we can go ahead and get rid of deck 6. Now, when I do this, I have to do it in 2 sections. You can see I'm getting a bit of a clip lag here, and I don't know if that's my link or what, but I have to delete them in sections. Now, why did I fix that turbo lift if I wasn't going to preserve this deck? That's a good question. Because I like to do it that way? I don't know. Anyways, it is saved. So what I'll do is I'll save this in, again as in 2 parts. And then Imheller, she'll archive it. Oh, I see what's happening. The longer I stream, the more of a memory buffer I get, the more of a issue with memory and RAM, because I guess my system is rendering the video as I'm actually live streaming, so I get a bit of a delay and stuff. Anyways, I better slow down to try to do this here real quick. Yeah, I'd say this test is doing a lot better. I haven't seen too much slowdown and glitching on the server or on the live stream videos. I have the last recording, which was really bad. Thanks again to Linux and the guys on there that let me know that that was not a good record. Okay, I'm going to copy. And then I wait, and I wait, and I wait till it buffers it and loads it and that kind of stuff. Come on. Oh wait, am I on top of deck 7? Yeah, I'm on deck 7. I don't want deck 7, I want deck 6. Do I got deck 6 over here somewhere? Oh no, I do want deck 7. I do want deck 7. My bad, my bad. I was working on deck 8, so we get rid of deck 7. Deck 6 is actually in the ship, so yeah, we're cool. We're golden. Alright, so schematic, save, MC edit, enter D7, we'll full thing deck 7, WIP, no, we'll just call this one port backup. Now I will not remember any of that when I save the starboard side. Then I go delete. And what's happening now is deck 7 is being removed. Well, at least this port side of it should be being removed. Is it being removed? Are you going bye-bye? I don't think you are. Getting some lag there, so I guess something's happening. Yeah, it's going bye-bye. See that? Oh, look at the lag. Look at the lag. This is actually in-game lag. This is not stream lag, just so you know. It'll eventually clear up. Man, the new Wii plugin was a lot faster than this. I don't know why it's all of a sudden being foolish. Go ahead and hit my clear command. And we'll wait to see how long it takes it to depopulate here. Come on, depopulate, depopulate, depopulate. Cool. Alright. Hit my speed up key again. And come over here and we'll get rid of the starboard side of deck 7. Gotta make sure I'm in the right spot. I'll also end up deleting part of deck 8, which would be a bad thing. Bad. Alright. Waste control, SIF and IDF systems, escape pods, bathroom. Come over here to deck 7 again and copy. Looks like Enigma, which is Shadow, is dealing with a puppy that likes to pee a lot. I have a cat that likes to not use her litter box. Alright, so we all have those pets. Copy. And while we wait for it to populate and load into memory, we can sit here and chat, talk about things and stuff. Or not. Come on. Come on. Come on. Load. 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 What is that over there? That's part of deck 8. Alright, we're copied. So, schematic, save, MC edit, enter D. Deck 7, starboard. I'll call it WIP. Screw it. I don't remember what I wrote the other one was. And it's saved, and oh gosh. I really, really get leery of deleting stuff. And delete it. And of course, we're going to get lag again, so bear with me. I really need to drink a coffee, so I'm going to sip my coffee here. Hope that doesn't bother too many people. If it bothers you, I apologize. I recommend you go to deck 6 for a safe space. There are a bunch of them on deck 6. I currently do not have any on deck 8, or there might even be some on deck 7. So yeah, deck 6, deck 7. Alright, as soon as this is done, hopefully my mesh will clear here. I just gave it the command, there it goes. Apologize, let me move my mic and clear my throat real quick. There we go, I'm not used to talking for so long, so my voice is starting to get a little dry and scratchily. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with these yet. Again, time's on my side for those unless I croak tonight, in which case then it'll be somebody else that has to worry about it. So, the game plan is with deck 8 here. I keep wanting to call it deck 6, 7 when I know it's deck 8. Crew quarters along the edge, all the way around here. There may be, at this point, there may be a lounge right here. Continuing the crew quarters all the way around to the side here. Again, there may be a lounge here, not sure yet. Then crew quarters all the way back around to right about here, maybe even go all the way to the impulse engine. I don't know yet. When I get to this side with the crew quarters, I really have to double check to make sure that there's nothing over here. I was giving some thought, and depending on if deck 9 and deck 8 are very similar with this space here, it may or may not be deuterium tanks for the impulse engines. This area here will probably be redone for deuterium tankage as well. So there'll be a very large deuterium tank sitting in here. I can tell you that I think we do need deuterium tanks here. Because they're actually not in the ship plans anywhere. Now this impulse engine area is pretty large, so we could fill it with a lot of stuff, including tanks. So we may not, but then again we have all this real estate back here too that we can use. Now there is like some sort of round ball like structure generator thing that goes here, which I don't recall what it is, but like I said, when it comes to setting up this engineering bay here, it's going to be what I'll do is I'll pull the whole impulse bay out once I get deck 8, 9, and 10 done. We'll just disconnect this whole impulse bay, then we'll pull it out of the ship or leave it in the ship, let the guys go to town on it. I don't know yet if I'll do it, if Panic will do it, or somebody else will step in and want to do it. I can tell you that it's a big undertaking. So a lot of the basic stuff I'll probably lay out with Imheller's help, like tanks, basic systems that have to be in the section. After that, we'll probably let some of the guys in on here to be creative with it and things like that, things and stuffs. But this here will be crew quarters all the way up to I think right here, maybe even further. Yeah, all the way up to right here. So all the way back down to here will be crew quarters. Now we can forego the crew quarters sections here and reallocate this space for what we want to use for the impulse or impulse engines. Again, that can be easily set up to be what do you call that? Deuterium tanks. So what we'll do here, we'll jump down and down here to deck 8 and 9. We will get here eventually. Okay, so this is deck 7, this is deck 8, and let me get down here, deck 9. Okay, yeah, so I can easily remove that corridor, or up to this corridor here. Down here there is no corridor, so I can get rid of this corridor up here, this corridor, and this corridor, and this corridor, and we can convert this, including this corridor, although this corridor is actually in the ship. That does promote a, well, it's for tall, so we can run pipes over the top of the corridor if we have to. And then this section here through here can easily be set up to be deuterium tanks. It's food for thought, and which we might do. It depends on what actually goes here. I do know on deck 9 there are hollow suites. Come on, let me slow down here. There are hollow suites through here somewhere. Should be 2 stories. So these are hollow suites. Here we go. Found them. These are hollow suites through here, and I'd like to add some more hollow suites. So what I might do actually for this deck here, which is, let me slow down here. I might go back and set this area here up, which I just, no, I copied over there. So what I'll probably do is I'll make this area here and here also hollow suites. So you come down this main corridor, you have hollow suite 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have these 2 here. Same thing down here, but we have a turbo lift here, so I mean, so if we do hollow suites, it would be all the way down to here. I can do it because these rooms are all identical. I'm going to run that by M. Heller and see what she thinks. Most likely she'll agree that we can go ahead and convert these to hollow suites as well. So what will happen is we'll have like a little triangle area of hollow suites, and that would give us a lot of hollow suites. And then again, we have another hollow suite right here, but nothing above it for machinery. What do we got on the forward section set up for this? I think it's a gymnasium, I believe. That's a hollow. Huh. So, what the hell is going on here? I did have that set up. Look at that. You see it right here. I did have this set up as a hollow suite floor at one time. Holodeck machinery. Okay, so yeah, those are definitely hollow suites as well. So this would be holodeck machinery up here, and then we got ourselves a 2-deck tall, huge hollow suite down here. Good God, this thing's gargantuan. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main hollow suites through here. So we may not actually need to make these hollow suites. Huh. Dilemma. Dilemma. Yeah, I to be honest with you, I really don't know. I might just end up keeping those what they are, and because we do have 6 hall suites, and we also have a gymnasium, if I'm not mistaken, 2 of them. So it'd be 4. This is like a gym, maybe, but up here is definitely a gymnasium. So a gym. Here's the thing I have. The Enterprise, what happens if it has other races involved? Say they go to a planet and they have to have, like, I don't know, open spaces. Well, we've got the grotto, but what happens if they can't breathe oxygen? Now, you can use a holodeck to create any type of environment that you want, but why not have another space like the grotto that's set up to be, I don't know, for dinosaurs, 2 stories tall, you know, in the back section here. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't think we need 4 gymnasiums on the ship. 2 is more than enough. But 4? I don't know. So this will have to have a think about too. Basically set it up for like a alien life habitat. So alien life forms can come in here and, you know, run around and do what they do, or turn into like, I don't know, some sort of cargo bay, something or other. Oh, his puppy's interested in the stream. That's very sweet. That's so sweet. She's just laying there, looking at me like I'm food. The moment you die, I'm gonna eat your fingers. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Ooh, escape pods. Lots and lots of escape pods. So yeah, when it comes to this engineering deck, we are definitely got our hands cut out for us. As you can see how it's laid out here, look through there. You can see it's a pretty big complex because it goes all the way down through here. Again, we can hollow out a big section here and put as many tanks and things as we want in here. Same thing with back here. Up here can be machinery. Did have a... Well, that's weird. No, because this is actually the bottom of the ship. If I click on that, that's wool that goes all the way down here, but this is just a turbo lift that's in for the impulse bay to allow the impulse engineers to move between these three sections here. It has no connection to the turbolift, and I have no desires to connect it to a turbolift. So, and I don't have any way of connecting to a turbolift, to be honest with you. Turbolifts are out of bounds here. So, closest turbolift will be this one, and I'm not going to route it. It'd be too difficult to route that in. So I just think I'll leave that as a open form platform where you stand on it, it lifts up, kind of like you see in Star Trek, the motion picture when Scotty in the engineering department ride the lift. Or Star Trek 2 is the best one for that because you see Kirk step on it. What about the inspections, Admiral? And later goes up the lift. All he was thinking about was that Romulan ale in his quarters. Man, the sooner we can get this over with, the sooner I can get to that ale. I really need a drink. I can't believe I'm still just a one-bar admiral. How could I fuck that up? I know. I'll wait till Spock dies. I'll steal the Enterprise, and I'll fly to a forbidden area, and then crash it into a planet and steal a Klingon ship. That's what I'll do. They'll bust me back to captain for that. I know, weird. So, yeah. Oh, check this out. We got here. We got the Sunshine Guard Memorial Resting Place. The Dragon Roast. Is that it? We gotta have more signs than that. Why is this even here? Oh, there's a sign. Check this one out. What's this one say? Watch your step, Dr. Pulaski. Oh, yeah, okay. She fell to her death in a couple of TV shows. One was Law and Order. She fell through an elevator shaft to her death. I think she may have died in Star Trek. I don't know if it's fact or not, but she stepped into a turbolift and there was no turbolift and she fell to the bottom of the shaft at Starfleet Command. So, yeah, or that could have been actually she fell to her death in the Enterprise, and that's why Crusher had to come back. They had to cover it up. What happened to Pulaski? We don't talk about that, Beverly. Well, why not? Because we don't. Now, I did copy these. I can tell you. So, chances are pretty good. I think we'll just go ahead and keep this format for this deck. And not worry about too much about anything else. Again, I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna put in these sections. I'm definitely gonna have to go look at that. I wouldn't have left them big and open unless there's probably a lot of machinery and stuff in there. So I might actually convert this also to ship systems. And this one over here also to ship systems. So if we do need to have like an SDI or SDI, Strategic Defense Force, structural integrity field or anything else, we can populate this whole area with that. So, or we can even turn it back into waste management or something else, something fun and stuff, you know. Classrooms or whatnot. These will be stadium classrooms, right here. These will actually be stadium classrooms. This one will also be split. No, this will be one big stadium classroom. And then these will be stadium classrooms because the Enterprise D does have classrooms. So, and then these will be classrooms as well, same as they are on deck 7. Alrighty, that's pretty much the game plan. You've seen me do some editing and chit chat and stuff like that. I do think that this might be a better test of the streaming system than before. I do have to mirror this off because there's a turbolift here, so it's going to require a bit of changes and stuff, especially going down. I don't know if I should move that at some point, move it to the center, but I don't think I can do that. That's something for another video. Anyways, I do appreciate taking time to watch. Again, this is the Mindtrek.net game server, and after I stop recording, you'll just see the pause screen for the monitor here, or for the game, and I'm going to fiddle around with OBS and stuff like that, and I will end the stream once the stream catches up to the pause or this screen. Anyways, I do appreciate watching. If you'd hit that like button for me, greatly appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. No big deal. Nobody's watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.